Hello, everyone. We are back after a little delay. We're back,
Yeah, evening all.
but yeah, we are here. We've got. We thought we'd wait until Chinese New Year to pop up, because as we all know, there's shit tons of stuff Chinese New Year coming out. So yeah, jam packed today, I think, Pete.
Yeah, it was fairly busy. I think if we'd gone live last week, it would have been a very short show. So it's not it's not been the worst thing in the world. I know our fans have been clamouring for more content, so apologies for that. But yeah, hopefully we'll make up for it tonight. Bit of discussion, what bits and pieces. So yeah.
Just seen Andre in the chat.
Yeah.
I just joined the chat. I was supposed to the chat rules. I've never seen the chat rules.
No.
Never seen them. Not once.
We wouldn't be here if we had.
Yeah, exactly that. Yeah. I do have a very, very liberal use of the word cunt. Right, Pete. Let's get crack-a-lacking. So, knew this fortnight's really light on the ground.
Yeah. Nothing for either of us. I think it's it's a mixture for me. It's a mixture of things. It's obviously that post-Christmas. Not that I'm particularly rationing myself, but there's not a lot of stuff out. It's Chinese New Year. I've got a few things that are hanging over from Q4, which haven't been released yet. Possibly Asmus Smeagol is probably good to go because they've shown the packaging and everything. They got Boromir out just before Chinese New Year, so I think that might be imminent. And just it's just one of those quiet periods really. I'm working on a couple of custom pieces, which hopefully I'll be able to show on the next show. They're not ready yet. So yeah, it's been quiet, but still enjoying the hobby. We're just chatting, saying that we're quite happy with our collections at the moment, and just enjoying them. So yeah, nothing for the moment, but next show I should have some stuff to.
I've been pillaging the Steam sales and CD keys, and I picked up the Crisis Remastered trilogy, and I've been caning the first Crisis for the best part of the week.
The black sort of suit.
The kind of silvery grey one, and you've got kind of suit powers. It was a running joke years ago. Like, you had to have a really good PC to run Crisis because it was fucking amazing. Yeah. So they've remastered it, and it works fantastic on the Steam Deck. I'm absolutely loving it. But you kind of have these suit powers. So he doesn't run; he walks everywhere. When you run, you click the stick, and then he uses his suit power to fucking sprint, go like the clappers. So, but you don't want to do that all the time. So sometimes you're in the middle of a gunfight, and you're just walking about, no urgency whatsoever, and it gets so frustrating. But I can't remember the first one being like that. But I'm loving that. And then I just picked up Resident Evil Village for a tenner off of CD keys.
That sounds lovely. Resident Evil Village. Are you moving in? Have you bought a little cottage? And
yeah. It sounds great. Yeah, it's not the type of place you'd want to move to.
No.
But yeah, I got that for a tenner, and I think the first 3 Arkham games for a £5.
Okay, nice.
So I can't knock that out. But yeah, I'm a nightmare now because the games are so cheap. I go, I'll have that. It's only a couple of quid. I'll have that. It's only a couple of quid.
Yeah, well,
and then I never fucking play them.
I did. I'm not a PC guy. I'm a consoles, and I've just pre-ordered the Hogwarts Legacy. So it's out in a week.
I quite like the look of that.
It's really good. So
yeah,
PS5. I don't know that the boy will be in that interesting. He might have a go at it, but it's more for me. I just kind of like the fact it's just completely open world. It looks stunning. So I just pre-ordered that, so that would be cool.
Yeah, I must admit, I've looked at some trailers. It does look good. The next one I want to get is the Dead Space remake. That looks really good. That looks mental. But it's just going to...
He's just picked up Saved by the Bell on DVD. Should be embarrassed, but I'm not.
No, I wouldn't be. I wouldn't be at all, because I think... what streaming service had him? Was it Paramount or someone like that has them all on and I watched a couple, and there's certain things you sit there and you remember they were so fucking good, and you start watching them and go, yeah, I can't do this. I can't do this anymore. Like Kenan and Kel. I thought, Kenan and Kel, I used to love that when I was a kid. Put it on, and I was like, no.
The power of nostalgia only goes so far, and I think a lot of things that I've revisited as an adult have just not held up to how I remembered them as a child. But, yeah.
I'm a little concerned for Lane here. It looks like he's having a stroke.
He's having a stroke, yeah.
Yeah, I think he's just passed out on the keyboard because I don't understand any of that.
He just said he's got no power, but he's somehow managing to communicate with us, maybe on his phone.
Could be.
But he's so cold that he can't type.
He's got such severe frostbite. His fingers have fallen off, and he's just typing with stumps.
Yeah. Oh, actually, we could. There is something we could talk about for film and TV later. Obviously, we've got Last of Us.
Yes, not seen it yet.
Oh,
Saving
okay.
Saving it.
Yeah.
There we go. I got Hogwarts on close.
Yeah.
On pre-order as well.
Yeah.
I get you. So, new releases. Let's just go straight into it.
Very funny.
What year is it?
Yeah, we are. Fucking funny.
We are.
That's
very
why people
funny.
tune into us.
A whole 9 people. Yeah. So, the very first Iron Man, the Mark 1, the die cast, the one people have been clamouring for years. 365 quid. I don't think it looks any different, if I'm honest. Like, if I had the plastic one, I wouldn't be overly. I wouldn't be rushing out to get it. But it's great for anyone who doesn't want to pay an absolute fortune for the first version.
Yeah. Yeah, I watched a bit of Justin's unboxing today. It's all right. It's a bit underwhelming. I think that. I don't know. Have they updated the head sculpt because it looks a bit dodgy?
I don't think they have. Like, it looks exactly the same,
that's
just with a slightly better paints.
Yeah.
But to be fair, I don't know that many people who would be showing this off with the head sculpt.
No, exactly. You'd have and it's a metal helmet as well. Yeah, I think it looks alright. It's not for me. I haven't seen the. It's got a USB function, hasn't it, for the pump thing on the back? I think, but I haven't seen that in operation. There's people saying it's too small, but I think it's meant to be accurate. I think it's just, the only height on it is a heel on the shoe and just a bit of the helmet. It's not like the later suits where they're much bigger than he is. But it does look a bit out of place if you put it next to one of the more recent marks, I think. So it's a difficult one to display. But
yeah, what year was the first one? I can't remember.
A long time ago.
Yeah, and I think if you had them,
years, I would have said, but
yeah, I think if you had these side by side, this would 100% look better. But would you want to? For me, like, if I'm quite happy with what I got, I don't really upgrade. But I think it's always going to be better than the previous version.
Just trying to see if I can find the original one came out. It was a long time ago. Yeah, I can't find it. Just picked up the new one.
I mean, it's an interesting figure to look at. Like, there's always something going on with it. But,
there's a lot of detail, a lot of stuff going on.
But I'm just so done with Marvel that I get instantly turned off by most of their stuff.
Yeah, no, it's not.
No. So we've gone from old school Marvel to new school Marvel with Bird Boy, the Falcon and Winter Soldier Captain America Falcony Captain America. 300 quid for this one. I think the head sculpt's really good on this.
Yeah. It is really good, and I think the wings look really cool. They're massive. They articulate. You know, you can do this pose here with the wings round him and everything. So I think, as much as £300 still sounds like a lot of money to me, you know, that's my old head just thinking like, you know, what £300 used to be. Yeah, I think it's good. It looks good. I think it's a solid figure, and you know, probably decent value for money, and by today's standards.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't think the TV show was that bad.
No, I didn't mind it.
It was alright. It's probably one of the better Marvel ones. I still need to watch Wakanda Forever, because that's on Disney Plus now.
Yeah, it came out yesterday, didn't it?
Yeah, I might see if I can convince the boy if he wants to watch it on or tomorrow now.
Yeah, it's quite good. It's quite a long one. I think that 2.5 hours or something like that. So you might need to set some time aside or watch it in a couple of goes. But,
yeah, I've seen people with this one take the head off and put a Steve Rogers one on. No idea why you'd want to do that.
No. So all I'm finding here is that it was MMS 168, the original one. So that tells you how, you know, what are we close to 800 now? So
yeah, but it was ages ago.
Yeah,
it was age ago. But yeah, and is the Bucky out for this yet? It is or isn't? I can't remember.
Yeah, he came out a while ago. Yeah.
That's the one we're on the groups, isn't it? With the guy who just wants to trade it for absolutely anything. Have you seen it?
No, I haven't.
There was a guy, he put up this
so he's
post.
got the Bucky.
Yeah, he's got the Bucky, and he started off, and it was probably the best sales post I've seen, where he's like, I have this Bucky, but I'd like to swap for one of these. And there was, I think it was like a picture of like Morpheus holding the pills, and he'd like superimposed what he wanted on one hand, and
right.
And I thought, actually, yeah, right, that's pretty funny. I quite like that. And then as it went on and on and on, he kept kind of doing it more and more and more. And now, like, he just can't get rid of the fucking thing, because it's turned into it's turned into a bit of a joke figure,
right?
Because of it. Like, everyone's gone there.
Yeah, I think it was underwhelming. Obviously, if you're a massive fan of the show, you want to pair him with this guy. That works. But other than that, I can understand that. Yeah, that's a bargain bin.
Yeah, this is definitely the better of the two.
Yeah,
definitely. And then while we talk about underwhelming, we have the 84 Wonder Woman.
Yep.
280 quid. That seems a lot of money for that.
No, I was surprised actually. These prices are all from Toys Buying Agents, so that's Hong Kong price. That's free shipping, and probably not custom. So I don't know what the sideshow price is, but I was surprised it was that high.
Yeah, seems like a lot. I mean, it's probably the best
figure.
Yeah, it's probably the best Wonder Woman so far. Like, the head sculpt looks really good.
I think
I'm glad they went
for
yeah. I'm glad they went for sculpted hair on this one.
Yeah. I don't mind it in itself. I don't. There's been a lot of criticism, but I don't mind the. I think the face is right. It looks quite good. The hair looks good, although obviously it does limit you posing wise, and it's led to the neck looking a little bit long in some pictures and stuff. But yeah, it's not bad. But I think from what I've seen, they're saying that it's a silicone body, which the Hot Toys, they haven't been using silicone before, have they?
No.
Use like a rubber plastic. I don't know if this is the first one, possibly. Obviously, that Bane as well that we're going to look at will be the same. So I think that there's a step up in price, because we're basically getting I'm going to say I don't know, but a Thyssen quality, silicon body with an endoskeleton. So that might have stuck 50 quid on the price.
Potentially, yeah.
But yeah, I'm just so done with same with Marvel. I'm done with DC cinematic universe as well, and all these actors aren't doing.
They're not in it anymore.
No.
That's the problem, I think, and this is the thing where we're catching up with that lag. So much has changed, and actually, fair enough. If you want to do your DC Trinity, fine. It fill that purpose, great. But at this point, you've probably already got a Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
If you were going to do that, and 84 came out such a long time ago that.
Yeah, I know.
It just feels weird that we're, it just doesn't seem right.
I think it feels like one of those like lockdown movies. That,
it was. I think it was. Yeah. That's how long ago I think it was. And we've all put that dark time well behind us. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Because we had the gold suit.
Yeah, that came out ages ago.
Yeah, it did. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I it's just it's another one of those ones, but it's just really kind of the ship has sailed, and certainly not one for me.
This next one though, I love.
Yeah.
This
I was
fucking mental
when it came out for pre-order originally. I was like, yeah, I could go with that. I didn't, but yeah, it's
insane. The base on it's mental. This thing's an absolute fucking Hulk. So this is the Hot Toys Batman Arkham Knight XE suit, £265. So this was from Origins, I think, when you're fighting Dr. Freeze. It's fantastic. Such a decent suit. It just looks absolutely beefy. And I think they've done it really well because it's still got some quite good articulation on it.
Yep. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Because of the joints being the material.
It is cool. And I don't. I haven't played. I played the original game. I haven't played this one, but I would still happily have the figure because it's just a hulking great beast of an armored Batman. It's really cool.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
And as you were saying before we came online, 265 seems like a bargain, really.
When we're talking 280 for Wonder Woman, 265, bargain. Yeah. Absolute bargain.
Hey, Chris.
Hey, Chris, how you going? Yeah, loving this. I'm absolutely loving it. I very much want this, but I have to behave myself. Thing is, the Arkham line is such a good line.
Yeah.
Like, their figures are fantastic. I wish they'd do more. I wish they'd do a few more villains.
They need more villains, don't they? I think it's very much weighted towards the... Well, Batman's had a lot of figures.
Batgirl, we've had her.
Yeah, see, they brought this out. You need a Freeze. You need Mr. Freeze.
Yeah. And the Arkham games, they've got really, really good character design. Mm-hmm. And the villains in it are just so good.
Yeah, I loved the first one. And I did have the second one. I just... I didn't like it as much just because I felt it was... I liked the sort of enclosure of being in the asylum, and whereas when it was like a full opened up sort of open world city, it was a bit overwhelming as to where to go and stuff, and I kind of lost focus on it. But the first one, I absolutely loved
first one's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. The best one is the last one. That is just fantastic. I can play that all day long. It's fantastic. I really wish we got more Arkham stuff because it is by far my favourite version of Batman. And this is just insane how good it is. It's a shame because the base on it is fucking awesome as well. It's like got the handrail frozen and shit. Like that's right, fantastic. I've really done well describing that there. Yeah, the handrail's frozen and shit. Yeah, love it, absolutely love it. So look,
it is.
That was the new releases. So let's go straight into the shit we can pre-order. With an Iron Man. So we started both sections with an Iron Man. So this is the Mark 6, the 2.0 version, and suit up gantry. So the Iron Man on its own is 275. The gantry is 225 on its own, or the full set is 475 at Q1 to Q2 2024. I quite like this, and I'm done with Marvel.
It's a cool suit.
Yeah. If you want a standout Iron Man piece, I fucking hate that piece. Sounds so wanky. If you want a standout display Iron Man where You've got a Dio, the lot. This is probably the one I'd get. If I just said, right, one cube is going to be Iron Man, and that's it. That's all I'm going to do.
Yeah.
That would be it. Because when I think of Iron Man, I think of him coming down those steps with the bits of suit being taken off of him. So this would be it for me.
It is cool, and it's one of those ones where you kind of think, oh, I could just have that, the Iron Man with the gantry and stuff. But then, it's difficult. I've always struggled with the concept of like just having one figure to represent a franchise kind of thing, and then they'll be like, oh, I just need to get a back. But yeah, it is a good price compared to what they were and what this guy was going for. This guy had his sort of £700-800 moment, didn't he? The die-cast.
Yeah. Well, look at the Mark 1.
Yeah.
Mark 1 365. This one 275.
Yeah. So I think this is the third version of this, because there was the plastic version, there was the die-cast version, and now we've got
there's been
2.0.
There's been a few versions of this.
Yeah, I don't know if it's any. But what do you think of the head sculpt? It's kind of dividing people's opinions, I think, on whether it's a good RDJ or not.
I think what they've done is they've taken the Endgame kind of look. They've kind of made the Endgame sculpt and that's it. That's our Robert Downey Jr. from now. Now they're just changing the hair. I think he just looks a bit too old.
Yeah, possibly a little bit puffy in the cheeks. But I think from certain angles it looks bang on. But then it's got some odd angles, so it's one of those where I think if you get it just right, and again, how would you display it? I think you probably display it. It looks better with the helmet on, I think.
I think it depends. If you've got him without the Dio, then you'd probably have it with the helmet on. If you've got him walking down the stairs, you're probably going to have it with the
Yeah, and this was still back in the time where the helmet was a physical piece, so he could be holding that helmet.
Yeah,
under his arm,
and the thing is with the head sculptors, it's not like if you had it on the shelf, people are going to go, "Who the fuck's that?" Like, no, it's good enough that you know who it is.
No, it's a good sculpt. It's just, I think it's it's one of those ones where I think you just have to work with it to get it just right, and then it will look good.
Yeah, probably a lot in the lighting.
Yeah. But no, I don't think that's bad, and certainly like the price for a die-cast Iron Man with a head sculpt is pretty damn good.
Looking at the first four things on this show sheet, you'd be forgiven to think we were in the late 2000s. It's all stuff that I feel like we were talking about when we kind of 3-4 years ago.
Yeah. It's funny, isn't it?
It's where we were like, oh, I'd love to get one of these, but it's too expensive. Oh, this has been, now it's all kind of come back around full circle. So this next one, for example, is the Dark Knight Bane, the 2.0. Yep. So 275 at Q1 to Q2 2024. I've just sold my Bane because I'm getting rid of all my Dark Knight stuff.
The Daft Toys one, didn't you? The clothing set.
The Daft Toys clothing set on a Thyssen, and it was amazing, and I loved it.
That came with a head, did it?
You had to buy the body, so it came with the head, all the clothes, and it was fantastic, and it was great, and it only cost like 150 for the lot. And I had it for years, but this looks really good. I think the head sculpt looks great.
I'm
not convinced on the bodies.
Moving eyes or not?
No,
that's good. And I think they seem to have kind of got the hang of it now, where they don't look like they're too sunken into the head and they're throwing off the likeness like they did back in the indie days and stuff like that.
Where it just looked like they were wearing eyeliner all the time.
So I think it's a good thing to have now that they've kind of got it. Yeah, so there's a lot of chat around this one. Like, is it too big? Is it it's not a perfect representation of Tom Hardy. But to be honest, I'm pretty much in the camp that it doesn't matter, because everyone's mental picture of Bane is that he was huge and he's the guy that picked Batman up and broke his back. So Yeah, his arms are a bit more toned, more toned than Tom Hardy's. He's a bit bigger, but I like the look. I think, I definitely prefer it over the original.
Because the whole idea of him in it was he wasn't meant to be ripped. He was meant to be big, powerful. Like he wasn't. I think Tom Hardy in an interview was talking about. He said he wasn't like he didn't go and do a load of bodybuilding stuff. It was about putting on bulk, and so he said he ended up. He said he looked in the mirror without the top on and stuff, and he said he just looked fat.
Yeah, like strength athletics, the world's strongest man kind of look, where they've got a big gut but they're huge and they're strong.
Yeah, that's the kind of look they're going for.
Yeah,
but honestly, I don't mind it.
No, and you obviously had an M35, M34.
Yeah.
Which one was it? So
34,
you're used to having, you were happy with a body that was bulkier than Tom Hardy then, and I just think, it's ultimately it's a on-screen representation of a comic character. So I don't mind him being a little bit, beefier than he was on screen, because I think it adds to the sort of like, the intimidating kind of aura.
And again, no one's going to look at it and go, "Who the fuck's that?"
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
he's going to, instantly recognisable. I like the way in this they've given you, you got the Dio. I like the way they've given you the two jackets. You get quite a bit with it, to be fair.
Broken mask.
Broken
cowl. Yeah, I don't know if anybody's going to try posing him holding a DX19 over his head, but that would be cool.
I think the amount of people who are probably going to... Yeah, I think the amount of people are probably going to take the photos of him just like holding his lapels and then instantly take it off because they won't trust the body.
Yeah, Yes, but again, this is a kind of brand new body for Hot Toys, and I assume the same with the Wonder Woman. It'll be silicone with a metal endoskeleton. So hopefully it's more robust. But I mean, we all know you still got to be careful with the silicone. And I've got a couple of Fisons where the elbows have ripped a little bit, but they're in a pose where you're never going to see it. And I can live with that, but yeah, they need to be treated with a little bit of care, and they can look a bit weird if you bend the arm too much. But
they've got their limitations.
I still like them. I like them for certain figures. I think they work for certain figures. They're unnecessary for a lot of figures.
I used to swear blind. I was like, right, unless you see like all the arms and that, it's a fucking waste of time. Don't bother. But I put one on both my Mandos and Boba Fett, and it makes a world of difference. Like just the way it's proportioned.
Oh, they've got they've got a fantastic range of motion that you'll never get from a a normal jointed figure. So if you do want more extreme poses from a clothed figure, they're a good option. And obviously then
I want the Bane PPPs. Yeah.
If an elbow did rip, you either never know about it because it's under a suit,
no, exactly,
or you wouldn't care anyway. So
yeah. You just get it. Just makes posing them is so you get it's so much easier. Even if you're just doing, I know it sounds stupid, but even if you just do museum poses, like. They just stand better. They just
very natural.
Look, exactly. Like if you're going for that kind of natural look and don't want to have to spend ages and ages and ages, you can get it really easily just with a Fison. Yeah. But they're fucking expensive.
They are, and they just when I look at the price, I'm like, really? I mean, I think when they first came out, I was probably paying like 50 quid for them. Yeah, they're up near 100 now, aren't they? Yeah.
Well, the ones I've got are just left over from other stuff. That's why the reason I've used them. It's not because I wanted. I thought, I've got it. I'll use it. But they are expensive.
So I put on there so that's just a little bit there about the new body. Compared it to the old one, the arms. Like
it looks like it's still got wrist pegs though. It looks like it's going to be, I reckon it's going to be an actual body underneath. Do you know, similar to like Asmus and what other company, like the Schwarzenegger, the Stallone. the 3-0 one, where you have almost a skinny body underneath. Because these are just the arms, remember? Because they swap out because you've got jointed with it as well. Yeah, look at that. That's the old one. Sorry.
Yeah, no, they're not.
Sorry, that's the old one. They're not. Yeah, you're right. But you look at that wrist with the peg. I reckon you're going to have some kind of body or something underneath. I mean, I might be wrong, but it'd be interesting to kind of pull that wrist back and see what's underneath there.
Yeah, I mean, it says there in a metal skeleton with enhanced articulation range. So, I mean, obviously, even the Falcon it doesn't have pegs. It has a built-in, it just has the sticky out bit.
Yeah, it just has a built-in peg that's part of the skeleton.
Yes, and you still get a line, you still get a join. You're never going to get away with that. Obviously, with the
only thing
right hand, it's got
the only thing with Fisons that fucking annoy me is when you try and change you end up with boxes of them. Is when you try and change the hands, you end up pulling the rubber right the way down the arm, or you just can't get the peg on because you don't have the grip. You're not pushing properly because everything's fucking unfurling.
Yeah, and they can get loose in the socket inside the arm, I've found as well, which is a pain in the arse because there's not a lot you can do about that.
No.
So yeah,
but
I'm not.
Other than that, they're great.
yeah. No, I kind of get, and it's fine, but I'm always a little bit wary with those, and I tend not to swap the hands too much.
Yeah.
But no, he looks good. It looks great in the middle there. I mean, that could be
that middle one.
A movie still,
and the thing is that and that pose in the middle, you're going to put no stress on anything there, and it's a really good pose.
It is a good pose. Yeah, takes up a lot of room in your cabinet though, unless you have him cuddling, Batman and Catwoman or something. But but it does look good.
It does. Yeah, I like that. I'm not sure about these though. These are the Hot Toys Avatar figures, The Way of the Water. This is Blue Titty at £280 at Q1, Q2 2024.
I think he's pronounced that wrong. I think it's Netiri.
Oh, I called it Blue Titty.
That's all right.
Yeah. Because of the blue
and then
tits.
We've got Jake Sully, same price, same release window. Obviously, this is they made Jake Sully for the original Avatar. It's the only figure they made from that movie. So they've kind of remade him and given him his mate. No word on anything else at the moment. People have been going mad over these. I couldn't really give a shit.
I think they look fucking horrible.
Yeah,
they look so bad. The amount of people that are going to break the elbows on these things.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
they just. I mean, hell,
I think people.
I don't like the films, so.
No, I'm not a massive fan. I went back to try and watch the first one with my boy in preparation for like the new one, and we got about an hour in. I was like, "This is really boring, isn't it?" And we just turned it off. So
it's Dances with Wolves. Like South Park weren't kidding when they said it was Dances with Wolves.
Yeah, and I enjoyed it in 2009 for the 3D and stuff. It was a spectacle, but never a great film. And I haven't seen the new one. I'm not bothered. I might watch it when it's free somewhere. So I'm certainly not interested in the figures. I think people get excited because they're big figures. They're kind of almost like a quarter scale in terms of their height, and people feel like they're getting a lot for their money. But yeah, it's not for me.
No, me neither.
I just think they look odd.
Yeah, and to be fair, that's not Hot Toys.
No, that's what they look like.
That's what they look like, and I think they're a decent representation of it.
Yes.
But those knees are fucking horrible.
Yeah.
And it doesn't help that they're practically bollock naked, so you can't really hide a lot of the joints.
You've got especially on her with her thin arms. Those elbows are not good, are they? Yeah. Jake's a bit better because obviously he's bigger arms, so it kind of hides it a bit more.
Yeah, and he's got the vest and stuff as well, so he kind of there's stuff there to kind of take your eye away from it.
Nothing to hide.
Nah, she's got fuck all. Like,
and I don't think it's a very good face of. It's not a very good Zoe Saldana. You know, because you can tell that's her. Like, even if it's a CGI creature, you know, you can tell that it's her on screen. It looks like her, but this doesn't look like her. I don't think. That's better. That Jake looks more like the actor. But yeah, it doesn't. I'm not seeing Zoe Saldana in there at all.
No, I fucking think they're both horrible figures.
yeah. But you know, good luck if you like it and you're buying them.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's certainly not something that I'm ever going to kind of get into. I think the best thing would be if they released the army sergeant guy and his big exoskeleton thing. I think that would sell well.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Yeah, that would. I'd be more tempted to buy that and not bother with these at all. But I think this is probably all we'll see.
Yeah.
This film, and there's pictures of them riding their big bird things, and you think how massive would they be? There's no way that they're bringing them out.
Nah, I mean we've seen Anakin in a Jedi starfighter. Like it don't mean we're gonna get it.
No, you know, and obviously they have made a couple of them for the photo purposes, but there's no way that they're going to release anything like that, and they'd be fucking huge.
We'd probably sell like 3.
Yeah, and they'd be like 4 foot long, and their wingspan would be about 6 foot. So
yeah. No, they're okay. This I'm very interested in. So this is Mars Toys doing the Lord's work again with the Party Man, Mr. J, 140 quid. Yep, let that sink in. 140 quid. Q2, Q3, 2023.
3 head sculpts.
3 head sculpts, 2 hats, load of hands, and they've said as well that they're going to put the cravat in as well.
Okay. Cool.
They said on Facebook. But so yeah, this is love it. Absolutely love it.
Yeah.
That photo on the left is fantastic.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
That's how I'd have it displayed. Like,
yeah, it's really good.
And
you just sold your Mars Toys joke, haven't you?
Just before Christmas, I was having I was getting rid of all my Batman stuff, and I'm only keeping the Arkham Batman over there. Everything else is going. It's only because I just can't part with that fucking Arkham Batman. I get it out, I go to take some photos of it, and I go, oh, fuck. And I've done shit tons to it, so I don't want to get rid of it. No. So I'm like, oh, fuck it, I'm keeping it. But yeah, this is fantastic. Like I really like this. And the Mars Toys one was brilliant.
Yeah.
There wasn't. I mean, all you had to do was tighten up the ankles. They were a little bit loose. I think I stuck down the lapels because they had the typical kind of flappiness. I did a bit of paint work on it, a bit on the head sculpts, a couple of washes just to bring it out a bit. But that's only because I can't help but tinker.
Yeah. I think the hopefully the paintwork on the sculpt on the left comes out, decent.
Yeah.
Because that looks good there. But obviously, in production that could come out a bit sloppy depending on how they do that. But yeah, if it comes out like that, I think it's really good.
Yeah, loving that. Absolutely loving that. Fantastic. Quite like this as well, actually. Premium Toys, The Saviour, 125 Q2 2023. So this is from the CW, Superman and Lois.
Yeah.
I've watched the first series of that. I've not watched the second, and quite liked it.
I watched a few of the first series. I thought it was okay. I didn't mind it.
Yeah.
I think I just got sidetracked with other stuff. But yeah, I think I like the look of it. I think the suit looks quite good. And it looks like the actor. I can tell who it is.
Yeah. I think he makes quite a good Superman.
Yes. Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's really good. We
have the inversion as well, which is obviously the Bizarro.
Bizarro, yeah.
I like him. I don't like the cape. I think that's very sort of heavy-handed the way they've weathered that.
It's very precise in their weathering.
Yes.
It's very everything.
Scissors and then but I like the suit. I like the face. I think it would be good for like a decent custom kind of do some bits and pieces to it. So I'd be more. I think I'd be more tempted to pick that one up because I've got a representation of Superman, but I've always fancied having a Bizarro figure.
The only thing with Bizarro is it only really works if you have the counterpart Superman.
Yeah, I know, because it's meant to look like
but
you know,
for 125 each, for what you'd spend on one figure, you'd get two, and you'd have quite a good little
it would be.
display piece.
That's a good shout for $250 to get both figures. And I think Premium Toys, we've seen stuff. I think they're pretty decent.
Yeah, they haven't. The only thing I don't like about that suit is kind of the bunching up on the armpits.
Yeah.
But to be fair, it's only it's only a promo. It'll probably get fixed.
Yeah.
But I quite like them. I think they're pretty good for 125. You can't really go wrong.
No, pretty good.
Yeah, and then they've got the Magic Lord as well. That head sculpt's pretty good.
Yeah,
I quite like that.
Yeah, it's not bad.
So this is
Dr. Fate from Black Adam.
That's it. 154 quid. Q2, Q3, 2023. So
so obviously Pierce Brosnan, so you get the head sculpts and the helmet. Yeah, it looks decent. It looks pretty cool. There's a couple of things that they haven't announced: pre-order bonus and an additional backdrop. Don't know what they'll look like, but did you see the movie in the end?
No, I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, no, it's again, it's not a bad movie. I think this guy's quite cool. Pierce Brosnan does a decent job. So yeah, I think it's a good companion piece if you're going to pick up the Black Adam or anything like that.
Do you know what? Seeing Pierce Brosnan there has just reminded me, and I can't believe we didn't talk about it when we were talking about video games, but GoldenEye on Xbox. And yes, loving it. Absolutely loving it.
You've been playing it, have you?
I've been playing the shit out of it. I've been playing it on my Xbox, and I've been streaming it to my Steam Deck, and I've been just absolutely fucking loving it. Like, I've still got the original in my N64 sitting underneath my telly now.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
cool.
Like it's all plugged in. It's all I play it quite a bit, but having updated controls, I don't really give a shit about the like smoother graphics because I've got that.
What have
anyway.
they done to it, sort of graphic wise? Have they done much?
Made it widescreen, smoothed it out a bit.
Okay.
So which is fine. That's what you want. You don't really want them to piss about too much.
No. No.
But if you buy a HDMI adapter, you can plug that into your N64 and get a decent picture out of it anyway. But yeah, I'm loving it. Just it's great. Like it's proper.
Yeah, I might have to have a look at that.
Yeah, it's well worth it.
I remember I used to play the shit out of that game.
Yeah.
That came out. I was. I think I might be wrong. The film was 95. I think the game was maybe the year after 96.
Yeah, I think it was 96.
I was in the final year of university, and one of my mates, my mate's mate, had an NC and he got it, and we just used to go and play the 4-player on like a tiny little telly.
Yep.
Just for like hours and hours and hours, and then when I got back, I bought an N64 and the game. And I remember like there was a guy that I worked with at the time, and he was playing it, and I come in and go, I managed to I don't know what they called it, secret agent level, like the legendary level,
agent.
the top. Yeah. And I was like, I did that one on. He's like, fucking hell, And that was all before the internet and everything. And it was just really a real kind of event.
What I really liked about it was to get cheats. You didn't have to type a code in. You had to complete levels in certain times.
Yeah. And
then that's how you got the paintball mode and DK mode.
It was shit hard to do on those top levels. Yeah.
And it was absolute ball ache. But I'm loving it. I played World's Not Enough as well on GoldenEye, and that was also really good.
Yeah, I think I remember playing World Is Not Enough vaguely. It's a long time ago. So is it out on all platforms? Or
just Switch and Xbox. But it's on Game Pass, so it doesn't cost you anything if you've got Game Pass. But if you don't. But what you can do is actually, if you have got a PC, is sign into Game Pass, and you can stream it. So you can play it on loads of stuff. But you can't play it with a mouse and keyboard. You have to have a controller if you stream anything through Game Pass. But everything's with Bluetooth control now anyway, so it don't really matter.
Well, maybe I'll pick it up on the Switch, because the thing is, graphics-wise, isn't going to make any difference if it's on a, because they've done it a bit, but the Switch is obviously able to deal with whatever they've done with it.
Oh, 100%.
So,
right.
I might pick it up on that, because I can play it handheld then, so...
Yeah. So we've gone completely off topic, but yeah, it's worth it. This is weird. So this is So Toys White Wolf, 170 quid at Q3 2023. I can't get on with this.
No.
There's something about the head sculpt. I think it's the hair.
It's all fine until you get to the head. Everything else is great, and make it really, So this is Geralt of Rivia from The Witcher, Henry Cavill style. So I think he's doing one more season, isn't he? Then he's out.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, and is it one of the Hemsworths?
One of the Hemsworths. Yeah.
Yeah. There's many of them. There was always another.
There's fucking hundreds of them. They're like the Baldwins.
Real out. Exactly. Everywhere. Yeah, they are the new Baldwins.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I think everything else looks really cool. I think the head sculpt's weird. The spaghetti hair. He looks a bit boss-eyed.
It's weird.
It's
a weird head sculpt.
If you could pick up a decent custom, I'm sure there are some around.
Again, I think it's one of those ones. It looks weird, but you put it on a shelf, you know who it is. Yeah.
And is this? I don't know, because I don't play. Is this more a game representation, but with Henry Cavill's head? Because those swords don't look like the ones from the TV show.
I'm not sure.
I'm not the biggest Witcher fan.
I played, I think, the second one. I've got the third one downloaded, ready to start playing. But I've not played it yet. So unless that armor pops up in the third game, I don't know.
Yeah, no, the swords just look slightly different to me, but I'll stand corrected if I'm wrong. But I think everything else is fine. But yeah, the head sculpt, it's not a winner. And then it's got the alternate head, the blackening version, which might look better, but can't tell for now because it's not.
Just sounds racist.
Yeah, this is like superpower, isn't it? I don't know.
He gets like a rage or something. I think something like that. Yeah.
So,
But yeah, it's
black or something. I don't know what. But,
it's probably exactly the same head sculpt. They just painted the eyes black, glossed them, and there you go, done.
Yeah, and that thing is that looks like a quiver. Does that just have his swords in it or something?
Yeah,
it looks like
I think so.
Have arrows in it, but obviously he hasn't got a bow.
Yeah, that's a good point. Actually, I'm not sure. Don't know. No.
I assume that both the swords can go in it, but it's a bit odd.
They clatter about.
There's something on his back for that sword, isn't there? But there's no back view, so I can't see what's going on there. But
no, weird one. Weird. Yeah, but it's alright. This is fucking appalling.
You love this one, mate. You love this one.
This is up there with fucking Rocky Goes Bowling.
Yes, it is. It's a great companion piece for that one.
So if you've ever wondered what Tom Cruise would look like if he hadn't have gone through so much surgery, this is it. This is the SW Toys Agent Hunt for 90 quid out Q3 to Q4 2023. Not that I imagine anyone is going to actually fucking buy this. He looks like
for a laugh, really.
He looks like a divorcee in his late 50s, early 60s, standing at a baggage carousel, wondering where the fuck his life has gone. Like he's about to
just blow some people away and then put it in his mouth and blow his own head off.
Yeah.
It's very weird. It's not a look that I remember from any of the films. I don't remember him in a blue suit with brown shoes. I don't remember him using that gun or holding that bag. It's just like a really random, and it's not a good head sculpt either. And it's 90 quid, and you're getting all with that there, and you're getting a body, so you can argue that. But I can't say much good about this, to be honest.
No.
Don't even think the suit looks great.
No, it don't.
There's better suits out there. Pop Toys or something like that and make better suits than that. So yeah, I put it in there just because I thought it was so hideous.
It is. It's just. So Ryan said, if you want a Mission Impossible figure, not sure this is the look you'd want. Yeah, exactly. Like,
no.
It just, yeah. And the thing is, I can't. How many Mission Impossible films are there now? There's fucking hundreds. There's so many.
8 by next year.
Fuck's
7's
sake,
coming
like,
out this year and 8's next year.
I think I've seen the first and second, because the second was out about the same time as the PS2, and you would get a copy of Mission Impossible 2 and the Green Mile with your PS2 on DVD, because the idea was you convince your mum and dad to buy a PS2 because look, you can get a DVD player as well, like.
Yeah.
And I remember it's that old. It was one of the old cardboard DVD cases.
Right. Yeah.
With the plastic. The only bit of plastic was on the front edge that you'd unclip like that, and then you'd open it up.
That's the American style. That's the US ones are all like that. Because when I used to import them all over from Amazon US, they were all like that. It's interesting because that I'm not sure it worked for that, but it's definitely what sent the PS3 into the stratosphere, was the fact that it was a Blu-ray player. Yeah, and that is the reason I bought one. And then I did get into the game, got back into gaming because I had it, but it was bought as a Blu-ray player because it was a hell of a lot cheaper.
Well, I had the HD DVD player that came with the 360 as well. So I both had the PS3.
Yeah, I had one of those as well,
and that as well.
But at the time, it seems weird to say it, that the PS3 was basically the cheapest Blu-ray player you could buy at the time, and it was
one of the best Blu-ray players.
Yeah, it was.
As well.
It was really good.
Yeah.
2's an odd one because it's the John Woo one, isn't it? So it's very stylized. It's very
It's a really good film. Like if someone said to you, if you can pick one film and you have to show it to someone who's completely forgotten what the 90s was all about, you could show them Mission Impossible 2 and they get it. They go, okay,
I mean, I'm a massive fan of the franchise. I love it. I love Mission Impossible. I'm looking forward to it.
I stopped after 3. It just started getting stupid.
Yeah. Oh, they're good fun. But it certainly doesn't make me want to buy this guy.
No.
Yeah, I love the beginning of the second one's great. That's where he's free climbing on that rock.
Yeah.
You've got Take a Look Around by Limp Bizkit playing, and that's iconic. Yeah. That's cool. I like that. But yeah,
it's one with all the.
It's a shame that nobody's brought out. I mean, it's a shame that there has never been. There's so many of these like Tom Cruise franchises that have never had an official figure, and it's odd really because you've got Top Gun, and now you've got Top Gun Maverick, you've got Mission Impossible, you've got iconic roles, but nobody's ever picked up a license for him. And whether that's because he won't play with them, I don't know.
I don't know, because the films that that have had figures have all been he's weird kind of sci-fi type ones. Like, is it Oblivion?
Yeah.
Because someone made him from Oblivion, and the fucking weird circle sphere ship. Yeah, nothing official. I mean, but even third party, they pick weird films of his.
Yeah, there's the is it Live, Die, Repeat, or Edge of Tomorrow, whatever you want to call it. There's a third party one of that with the exoskeleton and stuff. So I mean, to be honest, I'd be quite happily understand that it's him. He's a weirdo. He's a Scientologist. He's probably been approached, and he's not giving his likeness rights away. So it's probably not the fault of anybody. I'm sure.
In his head, it was probably weird to have a figure with as much plastic in it as he has in his own face.
Yeah.
That probably puts him off.
So there's lots of people who've had a go at it, third party, but I don't think anyone's nailed the head sculpt on any.
I can't even think of any licensed figures in any other scale. Come to think of it now.
No, there isn't anything.
No.
You've never even had 6-inch or 3.75 of anything of his, I don't think.
Well, that's life size.
Well, yeah, of course. So yeah, it's got to be down to him, I'm sure, because he would have, if he needed the money, he'd have gone but he doesn't need the money.
Yeah, it's a weird one.
But yeah,
Here's a weird one.
That.
And then in art, teasing some Harry Potter figures.
Although, who did you say it was? Because the tagline was in our world, every child will know his name, and you said,
"Oh, look, they're making some Michael Jackson figures."
Yeah, and they have said they're going to do Michael Jackson, so it was brilliant. That cracked me out, that did.
Yeah, as soon as because I didn't.
That Viper did. He said Michael Jackson was one they were going to do.
Because I didn't see any of the Harry Potter bit. I just saw like the top of a cage and the bit that they put, and I was like, "Oh,
yeah, the cage."
It's a bit weird. Yeah, well, that's a bit weird.
I know.
Then I saw the wand and went, "Oh, it's Harry Potter."
Yeah. Oh, it's
right.
It's not Michael Jackson. Yeah.
It's not Michael Jackson.
I'm interested. I think that the Star Race ones that came out a long time ago were pretty good. Particularly
the first wave was, and the
Harry,
Voldemort
Hermione,
was really
and
good.
Ron. Yep, they were all good. This is before Star Race just completely fell
to shit.
The ladder, and the stuff is shit now. And
I just don't get how they take really good renders, really good work done by really good sculptors, and then they almost put it through a machine that spits it out the other end, and it just don't look anything like the renders they show. I just don't get how there's that much drop off. It's just mental.
Yeah, so I think I think they'll do a really good job on Harry, and the clothing will be spot on, and he'll have the robes and everything. But again, he's going to be small, but the price will be up there. I think 300-400 maybe, and it's one of those ones where some people are saying, "Oh, I'll just be happy with a Harry," and there's no.
You kind of need the 3 though, don't you?
Yeah, and the thing is, within in-art at the moment, there's you're not quite sure how far they're going to go into these lines.
They're kind of doing one and done.
So with Lord of the Rings, we've got Gandalf, we've got Aragorn, and Legolas has been listed. So I think they'll go ahead with that, and everyone's going, "Oh, I'll do the whole Fellowship," but I'm not sure if they will.
No, I don't think they will.
So it's difficult to know how sort of deep you want to get into these lines, and end up with, wanting to make a collection, and then them stopping short, and then you're like, well, do I get rid of them, or do I try and pick up? If they did a couple of figures, but there wasn't, do you try and pick up one of the old figures, and they wouldn't look right next to these because
I think.
It's...
I think for me, in our centerpieces, so they are I'm going to have the one figure in its own display case. I'm not going to have anything else with it, or I'm going to have that and some memorabilia, or I'm going to have that and a decent display, and they are the centerpiece, because it's not viable to with the prices that they're at to have a whole set of them.
Yeah, I agree.
It would just cost too much.
Yeah, I agree with you. And depending on what this looks like and what it comes with, I might be interested. And I think that, it would be, you could possibly have, maybe that is one character that I could have representing the franchise of that.
Harry Potter's a really funny one at the moment because it's not as accessible as other franchises. So if you think about stuff like Star Wars, you think about Lord of the Rings, you think about Ghostbusters, you think about like all this kind of stuff. They're on streaming sites for free. You can go on, you can watch it, you can binge it, you can really like get in there. Harry Potter, unless you go onto Amazon and you buy them, they're not on anything.
Right.
So you don't. No. So it like I've seen them all. I wouldn't mind watching them all again, but for me to sit and watch them all again, it's going to cost me like 50-60 quid.
Yeah, it's funny because I think they you see them come up on ITV every now and again. So maybe they've
we don't have HBO Max over here, mate. So
so
that's not
maybe
an option for me.
From the UK point of view, maybe the ITV's got several years left on their contract or something. But then where would it show up? It would go on. Who would stream Warner Brothers stuff? I don't actually know where that would turn up.
It would go.
They haven't got their own streaming service, have they?
Not
Sky,
over here, because it all goes on to, as Toy Box said, it would go on to HBO, but we don't have HBO over here. A lot of the HBO TV programs are coming out on Sky,
don't you?
But films we don't have. They end up on loads of different streaming services.
You can sign up for Now TV, but you've got to pay separately for the movies and the TV, which sucks. That's not an all-in-one sort of service like the other ones. Yeah,
it always seems funny to me that all these other big franchises are on stuff like Amazon, Paramount, all of that. And for everyone in the US that has HBO Max, great, fantastic, it's on that. But unless I then go down the VPN route, it's not an option. And it's a lot of effort just to watch. Again, it's that accessibility. It's a lot of effort just to watch.
It's
some films that I used to have on DVD years back.
DVD, yeah. I picked them all up on 4K last year, so I'm good. I don't need them to be on the stream, but you're right, and it's they're great movies, and there's a lot to enjoy. And so I pre-ordered the.
I want to try and get my boy into them, but he's like, he don't want to know.
Yeah, Jack loved them. I think he's almost kind of gone past them now. I think he's into like more sort of older stuff now. But at the time, he absolutely loved them, and we saw a couple of them in 4DX and stuff like that. And and I still enjoy it. I'd quite happy to sit down and watch them all, back to back kind of thing. So so I got them in 4K. So I'm happy with that. Yeah, and I'm be interested to see how this turns out. Could be fantastic. Real metal.
I think that'd be pretty good.
Bits and pieces, yeah. Well, everything so far is looking really good. So, and obviously Gandalf will be the next release. Q2, and they pretty much hit the Joker deadline, didn't they? They just got him out just before New Year. Obviously, most people haven't got it yet, but hopefully they'll hit target with Gandalf.
I think Gandalf's the one I've seen more people excited for.
Yeah. I mean, Aragorn is by far and away the greatest thing I've ever seen. I think in 1/6 scale, and again, it is a piece that you could have on its own little cabinet, or on your pride of place. And that was what I planned to do. And then I went and pre-ordered Gandalf as well, so I kind of fucked that. So,
but you compare those two up, that's not. So
yeah, bad. I know, and that means that I'm in for Legolas as well. But to be honest, I think I'd leave it there. Even if they did do the Fellowship, I don't think I wouldn't go further than that. Asmus Gimli is fantastic. I don't, you can't. Yeah, you could do real chainmail and stuff, but I've done that on mine.
I think if Asmus play there,
piece, I'll keep.
Yeah. I was going if Asmus step up their game a bit, they could fill that void. Because actually, their Gandalf the White was pretty good.
It was really good. The problem is they've just re-released Boromir, and it's not good. They've revised the head sculpt, and it looks worse than the first one. Everything else is the same, like the body, the clothes, the armor, the weapons. That's all spot on, brilliant. But they were meant to be improving the head sculpt, and weirdly, the renders looked good, but the released product is not good, and it only comes with sculpted hair, whereas the original one you had the choice of rooted or sculpted, and the rooted one isn't actually that bad. I've got the rooted one, and I do prefer it to the sculpted one. So not having the option to have, because all of mine have got, apart from the hobbits, all the other characters have all got rooted hair. So it works across the thing there. But yeah, I would pick up. I'd pick up Legolas. I would leave it there, even if they brought out the hobbits. I wouldn't be interested in paying, £300 each for them.
No.
The everything's fine apart. The head sculpts are okay, and if I wanted to, I could pick up those Dean Tolliver heads, paint them up, and that would bring them up to scratch. Asmus, their outfits and their weaponry and stuff has always been spot on. And apart from not having real chainmail, which is where Inart could step in, because that would add a massive amount to the cost. If you've actually got somebody, because if you ever look at some of the, I think it's Pop Toys or Coup models that do all the historic knights and stuff, they've started bringing stuff out with real chainmail that somebody's sat and made. Not like me, where I get one of those old Percys and cut a shape out of it. They're actually doing it link by link, and you see the different. Like there, you're talking 350 quid for a figure that was 150 to start with. So you're paying, and rightly so.
It's the time.
It's a job that has to be done by hand and takes a lot of time. So you're paying £200 for that piece of chainmail, and they look brilliant. And so obviously, if they did a Gimli or they did another Aragorn, like from Two Towers or whatever, and you've got that real chainmail, yes, it's brilliant, but you will pay for it. And so I think my view is that I will keep my Mines of Moria display with the 9, and I will have the 3 in art pieces in their own little display, and I think that'll be me for there, and obviously this Harry Potter possibly. I probably won't, but I'll wait and see. I'm interested to see kind of what he comes with and how good it looks, stuff like that. But
yeah, they look pretty good. They'll be good.
I can resist on him, whereas the Lord of the Rings, I have no power to. I resisted Gandalf, but then when Aragorn came out, and I thought, I want Gandalf as well now. So so they tricked me. They trapped me there.
No, that's fair enough. Like, I don't blame you for a second there, Pete, at all.
Yeah.
So I think that is pretty much it. We've got no group shenanigans. Everyone's behaved themselves. Custom corner, I've not really worked on anything. I don't think you've got a few bits in the pipeline.
Let me just stop that screen. I suddenly thought of it, and I thought maybe it's worth a mention.
What you got?
Jazz Inc.
Oh, yes.
89 Batmobile. So, so for a while now, Jazz Inc. People have been asking him to make an 89 Batmobile. Back before the whole Warner Brothers deal was signed, and he always said that he wasn't interested in remaking something that Hot Toys has already done. But obviously now that they have the Warner Brothers deal, obviously the talks have gone on, and I think Yosh has always wanted to, he's been interested in making one because as bonkers as it sounds, everyone says that the Hot Toys one was undersized. I mean, that thing was fucking massive, but it was undersized. It wasn't true scale. I don't know how much out it was, but people are saying, "No, it's not right." So, long and short of it, he has announced that they are making the 89 Batmobile, obviously fully licensed from Warner Brothers. Pre-orders went live last Friday. The price is $1,499, and you're looking at they've got estimated shipping costs, which obviously could change it. This is scheduled for Q1 2024. Shipping costs got astronomical, have kind of dropped a little bit, so these could go down. USA 263. This is in US dollars. Canada 280. Europe 230. Asia 400. Australia 530. South America 590. Wow. So that's your shipping cost. So you're, you know, if you're in South America, you're in for what, $2,100. I've no doubt that it will be insanely good and amazing. But yeah, it's a lot. That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
And you know,
Moose Stream 89 Batman should have been the same size as Echo 1.
Oh wow!
And he's paid off the Batwing. Nice.
Yeah,
and he's ordered
this.
this.
Is out now? Is it out? He'll be able to tell us. 12-inch Moose Stream, is Batwing actually out now? I know it was close. So anyway, so yeah, correctly scaled and sized 1/6 scale 89 Batmobile, officially licensed by Warner Brothers. Light up features on the interior and exterior, smoke and engine sound effects, so very much like the one they did for the Batman movie. The smoke and the sound, that looked really good. Remote control for the light, smoke and sound effects. Accessories, grappling hook, 2 branded machine guns, back discs. Signed and numbered limited edition signature plate. Not signed by anybody from the movie. Signed by Yost and his dad. Opening cockpit, detailed cockpit.
Still like
tires,
that.
rotating tyres. Connected front steering wheels and fully assembled. Yeah, so it's yeah, I'll get mine. But yeah, I knew it was close. Yeah, that. I mean, the Batwing is fantastic as well. I'm gonna have a look at that while we're on, and that's huge. I mean, the Batwing is massive. No, can't find it. But yeah, if you're getting that, you're gonna want the obviously want the 89. Got the Batman Forever one coming as well. So yeah, I'm obviously, I think with the Warner Brothers deal, their focus is very much switched to Batman. They have still got some Star Wars stuff. They've still got the Snow Speeder coming, and I'd love to have that, but again, it's too big,
size, isn't it?
too big, and you then got to pick up. You don't have to, but you know, you've got to pick up another Luke if you still want one on the shelf, blah blah. And which version do you go for? So he's bringing out the grey version, which is Luke's version, Luke's speeder, or the orange one, which is, to me, is more iconic and more eye catching. But it's not Luke's; it's Wedge's or whatever. So it's, I don't know. It's which colours did you go for, Moose Stream? Orange or grey?
Luke grey.
Yeah, because everyone would say they'd want Luke's one, but I like the orange, so yeah, I don't know, but yeah, it does look brilliant, and I've got the Falcon cockpit, and it is fantastic, but I think that will be my one and only Jazzing piece, to be honest. Yeah, so that was just that. It just suddenly popped into my head when we were talking. I thought we probably should mention that. So let's go back to
Mars Toys as well. I've also looked at chucked some Back to the Future teasers up.
oh yeah, I did have it in there, and then I couldn't remember what it was. So yeah. Because what does the Hot Toys one come with?
The Hot Toys one is his proper like Clint Eastwood outfit, and Mars Toys have been teasing the cowboy suit that Doc sends him back in.
That's right. Yeah.
With like the pink
sort of
shirt and
fancy
that.
dress one.
Yeah.
And
they've
what
also
I did notice, it's got like little nuclear signs on it.
Yeah.
I've never seen that before.
Yeah, and they've
really cool.
they've also hinted at doing a Biff as well, which would be good.
From that movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
Here we go. Yeah, there it is. That is cool.
It does look really good.
Oh, I see. That picture they've got there is the actual.
That's the actual. Yeah.
That's from an auction. Estimate £20,000 to £30,000 for the.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then
cool.
Dean Tolliver as well.
As an outfit. So
no, I think they'll do the full figure. I think they'll do the figure.
Well, what are they going to call that? I mean, they had the present toys through the boy, through the boy. So
Oh,
we've got to come up
yeah,
with a
Western,
ingenious.
be Western Boy or something like that. But
Yeah.
I think Dean Tolliver's also doing some Marty sculpts as well. I think he's doing a Back to the Future 2
Inigo,
one.
isn't he?
Yeah, but everyone does the same gormless
Inigo?
expression. I just want a normal.
Yeah.
No, this was Dean Tolliver, I think, off the back of
yes,
the.
because I saw Inigo post one up with the hat on, the part 2 with the hat on. Because obviously with the DeLorean coming out, everyone's going to go mad for part 2 stuff.
Back to the Future again, because the 3 and 4 Doc and Marty might be coming out soon as well. They're due soon.
3 and 4, part 4. Did I miss one?
Sorry, part 3. Doc and Marty from 3. Yeah.
And it'd be interesting to see if they do, because they never put the DeLorean up for pre-order, although it was in all the publicity shots. But you never know. Never say never, because I didn't think they would ever bring it out again.
No, I didn't think they would.
No. So there is a chance. It might be a few years down the line that suddenly it comes out of the blue. But yeah, and it's a cool look. I mean, if you had all 3, it'd be amazing. But that's a lot of money and a lot of space. TV and film. I didn't put a section in, but yeah, Last of Us. Really enjoying that. 3 episodes.
Everyone's raving about it now. They've done kind of 3 episodes. I'll probably give it a watch.
Yeah, really enjoying it. I think the actors are really good. Joel and Ellie, they're Pedro Pascal as Joel is really good. It just looks brilliant. It's clearly it's had a lot of money spent on it, and it's just what you remember from the game. It's a long time since I played the game. I think it's 10 years ago it came out.
It's been.
But to me, it feels like Last of Us. Just when they're standing in like the ruined cityscapes and stuff like that. It's really feels right, and the clickers and stuff are really good. I'm enjoying it, and looking forward to. I don't know how many. I assume it's probably 8. 8 seems to be like the new kind of normal run time for stuff, doesn't it? So 8 or 10 maybe episodes. Bad for you. So I'm trying to hold off until there are only a few episodes left. Yeah, because I'm watching it on Now TV. It's only that I've got like a deal that I picked up a few months ago where it gave me so many months at so much. Otherwise, I'd be the same. I'd wait till they're all on there and then just pay a month's fee. But yeah, it's good. And I think we've got Picard season 3 coming up soon, March maybe.
Yeah. Yep.
Which I'm looking forward to, because that's got the whole TNG cast showing up in that one, hasn't it?
Everyone but Will, I think.
Yeah. But I don't really count him as he was always an annoying. So it doesn't bother me that he's not in it.
No.
But
no, me neither.
Good to see the other guys. It'd be cool. So I think there's some good stuff to come. But yeah, Last of Us, I think you'll enjoy it. I think it's great if you haven't played the game. It's still a really good show. But I think if you played the game, it kind of has a bit more resonance kind of thing. Looking forward to them kind of like recreating certain scenes and bits that I remember from the bit with the giraffes. I'm looking forward to. I think they got to put that in there.
It's been such a long time since I played it. I keep meaning to play it again.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, the ladder one wasn't bad as well. I've never played. I've got the second one, but I've never played it. And a lot of people say it's not anywhere near as good. So
I can't remember. I must. I think it was only got like a quarter of the way through the first one.
I finished the first one and I played there was like a DLC one they brought out, which is really good as well. I picked up the second one, but I just never I think it was the sort of time when I was kind of getting out. I'd stopped doing. I think I'd moved in with my missus, and kind of gaming went out the window. So I have got it, but yeah, people say it's not as good, and that they're not, they're not. Particularly Dean was saying that he hates the second game, and he won't watch the TV show because of what they did with the second game. But I don't know whether or not they'll kind of. I think this one's going to very much follow the story of the first game, but what their plans are beyond that, they could just go off into. They don't have to do the second game. They can just go off and do whatever they want, really. Which might be more what they're going to do. But I think the first one's definitely going to stick to the script kind of thing. And people are saying that already there's characters and scenes that have been recreated already, quite faithfully. So yeah, that's what I heard. Yeah, right. The gameplay is great, but the story's a bit like. Whereas I think the first one is quite a really a
decent all rounder.
Kind of draws you in and stuff. So So that's it for the show. Time to thank our wonderful Patreonies: Sean Fear, Ian Seeley, René Mendes, Eric Maris, Quinn Aguirre, King Louis, Mark Pearson, Paul Schreiber, James Colley, Equan, Chris Van Serena, Ben Thomas, Chris Leddy, David Jones, Sam Gist, Daminator, Gerald Brader, Thomas Clark, Eric Switzer, Dan Lee, Vinnie Martin, Stephen Crett, Big Fern, King Zach, Caesar Marroquin, Mark Phillips, Lisa Martin Blonsky, Rick De Gregorio, John the Everyday Collector, Ricardo Valdez, Jose CZ, Owen Asusina, Illustrious Rayner, Alid Morgan, Kathy Wah, Derek Bezadzinski, Aris Portillo, Mark Randolph, Joe Ridley, Pablo Meza, Carlos Sevilla, D-Rock, Matt Clevenger, Seth Tucker, CC3PO, Scott Smith, Don Maton, Jimmy James, Stephen Purchase, Sean Yahtzee, Scott Bradley, Stephen Maria Stanley, Eddie Manzanares, Louis Bennett, Chip Perrin, Jimmy Hernandez, Gigi the Judgmental, and Brenton Palmer. I tell you what, I know that these names, they just roll off the tongue now. These beautiful people that have been with us for seems forever now, and it's nice to see new names popping up on there. So yeah, again, thanks so much. You do a lot for the network, helping us with equipment and fees and bits and pieces, and sending us OFAC boys to Celebration in April, which is like 2 months off now. So
I know,
that's really cool. So yeah, definitely looking forward to that, and obviously we'll try and get some content. Maybe we'll do a little bit of shoot a few little videos of us there on the floors, and get some pictures of merch and hot toys, because hopefully might have some Return of the Jedi announcements by then, or they'll announce them at the show. So yeah, we'll get some video and some photos and stuff. So yeah, looking forward to that. Good really content good for the network as well. Yeah. So if you not on the Patreon, you want to join, we've got Hot Seat $5 a month. Show your support for the Empire, get all the digital benefits. I think you get a digital file for the stickers, and you can get them printed off, or just keep them on your laptop, whatever. And you get the access to the Patreon chat, which I don't go in. Apparently, it's very lively, and you'll struggle to keep up with the number of messages that are just pinging through all day long. But yeah, apparently it's very good, and you get access to Ox After Dark replay. So if you're not in the States, that's invaluable, because you're not going to be able to be up wanting to watch that at 3 o'clock in the morning. It's a good show, and I always watch it the next day. You then got Sweet Angel tier, $750 a month. Gets you stickers sent straight to your door, as well as access to Ox After Dark replay. Crispy tier, $15, gets you official certified Christian certificate on first pledge. Assists with figure fixes by Zach. What a Guy, $25 a month, gets you the What a Guy exclusive Pog Deluxe set on first page. Doubles all the stickers we send, so you can send friends and family. All the benefits of the previous tiers. We've also got our beloved YouTube channel members. We've got Mojo Z78, Absolute Irwin, DK Avenger 702, OMFG Rick, SB, Mandris IB, Daminator, Sam Gist, Thomas Clark, Benjamin Hansen, Chris V, Big Old Fern, Cram, V Juarez, OG Fan, Mark Pearson, Ben Thomas, Paul Schreiber, Andrew Gibo, CC3PO Carlito, CT603 Eddie Mendez, Sear Dreams, Jay Sear, B Chan, Fat Batman, and Justin Sports Card Museums. So again, thanks to you guys. If you're a Patreon, you can join up for 99 cents a month. Gets you loyalty badges, emojis, and member shout-outs on the show. Or if you're not on the Patreon, you still want to join a YouTube member, you can join the Peanut Gallery for $2.99 a month. Gets you the perks of the previous levels and member shout-outs. We have TeePublic. So if you want to pick up a t-shirt with that, is just a selection of some of the designs we've got. I'll put a link in the chat there. Yeah, pretty good. I've got the old original OFAC one, and we're looking at. I think we're still. Zach was chatting to me the other day about we still plan to do a celebration t-shirt. I said, yeah, that would be cool. So we need to get on him on that and get that design. I know you mocked something out that looked really good. So
yeah, I don't know what I've done with
that
it.
design finalised. Well, it's in the chat. It's in the chat. Me and you and Zach, because I sent it over to him. I mean, obviously, I don't know where you got the original one, but it's yeah. So, and and if obviously, I know a lot of you guys are going to be joining us there at Celebration, and we will obviously reach out to you all. And if you're there on the Saturday, we will, maybe arrange a meet somewhere to meet up. Be really good to meet, some of you in person. And obviously, if we do manage to get if once we get the t-shirt up there, it'd be great to see some of you guys sporting the swag as well. So it should be a really good event. So look for that, and obviously once we've got a design up, we'll be plugging that quite massively in the lead up to Celebration. We're there on the 8th of April. On the Saturday, so yeah, that would be cool. Just put a few links in the chat there. Yeah, so that's that, and let you take us through the rest of the network.
Cool. So this is it. This is us. This is the group of reprobates. So we've got start with the very best. Us. We're OFAC, we're here. Our icon is getting ever so small and pushed out to the right, but we are here. The crown,
yeah, I know. Yeah.
The jewel in the crown, the way it works. But yeah, so you've got Collective Weekly
Celebration this year.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we got a Collective Weekly Live unboxing where they will unbox absolutely anything. After Dark, which is you're not allowed to watch that with the lights on. Collectors Club. No idea. Collecting Weekly Live. That's Collecting Weekly actually live. The reissue. No idea. Ox PD.
No,
a Grand Theft Auto
I don't
mod.
think I've caught.
If I'm right.
Yeah, Ox PD. Yeah, and they've just started playing, or they're about to start playing Red Dead Redemption 2 tonight. On a live stream.
Red Dead Redemption is amazing. Absolutely amazing. I've only just got back into that, and I don't know why I wrote it off a couple of years back. It's amazing.
Well, you can join their posse. You've got your Steam Deck. You can. The times won't work out for you, but
yeah, I'd have to download it on Steam. I've got it on Xbox at the moment, but yeah, I'm
it
waiting
was
for it to drop a little bit longer. Well, it's 18 quid at the moment on Steam, and I'm just waiting for it to drop a little bit.
We have to pay 3 times the price they do over there.
Some games we get stupidly cheap on there, and others we just don't.
Yeah,
but yeah, it's weird,
odd, isn't it?
But yeah, we got Question of the Week. No idea. Live and Let Dice.
Yeah.
That's Brenton. Live and Let Dice.
Live and Let Dice. You should tune into the next one because they're going to kill them all off. That's the plan anyway. They're going to come up against. Zach's quite upset that his wizard might be dead, but that is the plan. Cody wants to tear him a new one, wipe him off the face of the earth, so that it could be fun.
Fair enough. Got Bricks and Brews, which is Lego and beer and stuff. Small Talk and Pose Wars. So that is
today.
it.
Yeah. So because we're a week adrift, Small Talk follows later today. So catch it live if you're in a part of the world where you would normally be awake. If not, I'll be listening to that tomorrow morning. Yeah, and then we'll decide whether we're gonna try and get back on we should try and get back on our opposite schedule, maybe, shouldn't we? So maybe
we'll
go 3 weeks.
Yes.
Again.
I think that might be, instead of jumping on next week, we go 3 weeks and then we're back on schedule.
So. I think it works better, and then we'll go back to fortnightly just to get us back on the schedule.
Yep. Cool. So that is it. That is us. We are.
Yeah. Well, thanks for staying with us. The 9 of you that are still there, and everybody else that tuned in and listened. Just do 2 in a row. Yeah. The trouble is, it's like, is there going to be enough content? You know, if we did it next week.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a short show tonight, really, for us, an hour and a half. Yeah, we'll see. We'll get back on schedule, whether we do one next week or we'll do one in 3 weeks. But we'll do that just to get back. I mean, there's not a broadcasting clash with Small Talks. Obviously, there's a different times, but I know that we want to try and space it out and give people, particularly people that download the podcast and stuff. So yeah, we'll get back on. We'll get back on schedule. Yeah, I think 3 weeks is probably good because then we'll have enough stuff, and hopefully we might have got something new in.
So new by
this.
then.
What's three? It's not really. Can't say new this. New this month? It'll have to be. There's nothing for 3 weeks.
New this 3rd week.
Yeah,
that's it.
So we'll probably see you all in 3 weeks' time. So take care, everyone, and enjoy your collecting, and we'll be back soon.
Have fun. See you guys later.
Yeah.
Bye.
Cheers all. Good night.
Touchy bye.